Morning, Ron.
Morning.
It's a different culture.
It's the hard. The falls are just as hard.
And we'll come out of recess and run.
County crews dealing with blowing and drifting snow on paved and gravel roads. Highway 20 was a little nasty coming over. I don't know, I think this is one of those days you take a step forward and 2 steps backwards. And this isn't really helping with everything blowing and drifting back in. We're just, I guess the only thing you say we're lucky about is we don't have a lot of new snow. But there's still plenty of it out there to move. I'd heard that on the radio there must be an accident north of the tanks up on 71 because our guys were saying they were going to close 71 for a while, which was going to push more traffic over on the road. Servicing snow removal equipment, continue to try to widen out the snow drift areas and the gravel roads, using loaders to push large drifts back on all roads, using several snow blowers to increase snow storage areas where large drifts have minimized the paved road width.
Are we making an effort to get all the A roads open, or are we just leaving some, or what's?
I think there are a few A's. I know that they have closed where there's nobody living on them, and they're real bad drift area. At least I know there's one because I got a call about it the other day. Somebody said, well, I got to go 4 miles around to get around.
So what's our?
It was one of those days when we were lucky to try to get everybody out one way.
What's our policy, or what's our policy gonna be? I mean, we certainly in the 10 years we've been here, we haven't had anything like this, and so we haven't even had this discussion. What?
I mean, I guess our priority is to try to get everybody, plowed out into everybody so they can get out at least one way as soon as we can. And then after that we start, widening out and plowing on through, but, and this is the situation, I think we put up road close signs a couple weeks ago on the road that we just weren't going to plow because the snow would just get so tough. Why spend 3 or 4 hours clearing a road there that nobody lives on? Yeah, it could still be an A road.
Well, the question was raised because we have cleaned some Bs that don't have anyone on them, and yet there are As that aren't. So that's why I'm asking the question.
Well, and I think sometimes the Bs, if they're a route to get to someplace and get back, they still open them as long as they aren't too tough to open. We're still trying to do. I think Mike, if we get calls from people needing to move corn on roads that we haven't plowed.
I personally called in last because I had that situation.
Because we realized those people need to get that stuff, moved too. Because we just shouldn't have the farmers moving the corn now is probably a month from now because there's got to be a lot of corn out there still sitting because people just haven't.
And some folks have a contract date, that you're contracted to deliver by, and I think most of the entities have been very understanding in that if you can't get it out, you can't get it out, but by contract, but they have a delivery date.
Mike, tries to take all those calls and tries to, do what we can, because we get good calls, even from some of these livestock facilities saying, hey, we need to get feed in there the next day, or, we've got feed coming by noon tomorrow, you're going to be able to,
Yeah, I think as a whole, everybody has been very understanding.
Yeah.
They know it's difficult and just kind of do the best you can do.
It's one of those winters you hope we don't repeat anytime soon.
How's our budget coming on
Oh, that's always sort of a loaded question because
But we get asked, or I do anyhow, I've been asked that several times.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
You know, I think we're setting pretty good on salt and sand, so we're, you know, okay there, but the biggest thing that don't show up in the budget though is the comp time that they build up now that they use later, and then, you know, we're taking a lot of wear and tear on equipment that, you know, we're taking several years' life off of what we typically would have seen in a typical winter. I mean, budget overall wise, you know, I don't, you know, our total bottom line, you know, we aren't gonna be over, but, you know, it's definitely gonna stress some, you know, some areas with the snow budget area. I guess, I haven't looked lately to see where we're at dollar-wise there too, but,
The fuel,
just to take that one item, because yeah, fuel again, it comes out of a different line item.
and that has
so-
to be a significant one.
Yeah.
So we're just running.
Yeah. But I think, you know, there's probably some things that we have to, you know, as we get toward, after spring here, there might be some things that we postpone and have to put off till next, after 1st of July.
You know, I was surprised Saturday to see two big John Deere four-wheel drives with blades on widening, what's it, M35? With
Yeah, Mike's
two
trying-
big tractors up there.
Mike's trying to use some guys with snow blowers to help, you know, widen out, and he one time he talked to me and looked at trying to rent a larger loader, but the closest one he had, the cat had well, I should say cat, I think he also checked with a couple other dealers in Fort Dodge too, with the closest one that he could find was Minneapolis. I can't remember how much that was a day. It was like $750 a day, or so. At that point, we, you know, not knowing what the next weeks were going to bring.
If you can hire some blower work done, that gets it further out of the way than the loader anyway.
But the biggest drawback on that one was is that we were going to have to pay the freight to get it here from Minneapolis, and so we were going to have quite a bit tied up just getting it here. So, and so far, I guess it's probably worked out just good that we did get the bigger loader. If it would have continued to snow and blow like it was there for a while, we could have been a lot more productive with a bigger machine.
I did get a phone call from Chuck Lindbergh, south of Odebo, just saying what a good job was being done out there. And he saw this outstanding. He says, realize that we usually get complaints, but he wanted us to know that he thought it was very good.
They were nice to hear too.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple of compliments, not complaints, but one fellow said that Sac County's doing a lot better job than Carroll County. I said, well, that's nice. Some counties must be running low on salt. They didn't book enough salt or ship enough in. I've heard that secondhand comments.
Well, some of these days when especially when it's this last week when the sun starts to shine a little bit and warms up the pavement just enough so that it blows across the sticks, and the question is, do you put more salt on it to make it worse, or do you try to scrape off what's there and hope that's the right thing to do, and some of it's just sort of the luck of the draw of whether you made the right choice. But it's nice to see the sun warming things up too, so you don't want to